Hello, this is A.A. Ray, and I'm here ranking for the first time from worst to best the 15 books I read this year. I chose mostly bestsellers from other years and also books that were recommended to me. This was the first time in my life where I actually read a book or more a month, as this was my New Year's resolution for 2025. So, without further ado, here are the worst to best books I have read this year. Number 15, Atomus by Andy Weir. It's not that this book wasn't written well. For me, it all comes down to the main character, Jasmine. She was just, quite frankly, insufferable. She acted very immature, was often rude and inconsiderate of others, and had the mouth of a sailor. The actual plot of the book was quite interesting, learning about this world and how it functions, but Jasmine just put such a damper on my experience reading the book that I have to put this book last on my list. Number 14, Time Traveling with a Hamster by Ross Walford. This book was good, but not really super engaging or even very interesting. The biggest problem I had with it was how the main character escapes vanishing from existence once he travels back in time and accidentally kills his father as a child. He should have been gone, and that little plot contrivance annoyed me. But it was written well, and no character really bugged or annoyed me. The book was just, in my opinion, unremarkable. Number 13, Ascension by Nicholas Binge. The idea for this story was interesting. A scientist party climbing a mysterious mountain in the middle of the ocean, but the ending was just so stupid in my opinion. A far more advanced alien meeting the scientist and his lost companion at the peak of the mountain, just to be told that this was all a test to advance the human race for the lone survivor. Wait, what? And the guy being the one to take the magic food and then kill himself, claiming he would not be controlled. It was just bizarre. But this also made the book memorable, so there you go, number 13. Number 12, The Day No One Woke Up by Polly Hagen. It was a sweet book, but had a lot of plot conveniences and definitely some contrivances. The main character finds one day that she is the only one awake in the whole city. She bumps into her school bully, who is also one of the few awake, and the story is just kind of about the two rekindling their friendship from the past. This, however, is all erased when an alien who did this all finds them and decides to make everyone forget that day, the girl waking up with no memory, but just a sense that she and her old friend turned bully understand each other now better. I hate this plot point, making the main girl character forget the whole day and all her character growth and development. It just soured it for me. Number 11, It Should Have Been You by Andrea Myra. So this book is an interesting case. It jumps from the head of our main character from first person and goes to third person whenever focused on another character outside the main character's viewpoint. I will admit, the mystery did stay with me until the end. I had no idea where it was going. The twists and turns did keep me hooked, but I'll never be crazy about mystery books and whodunits. Still, it was engaging enough, and nobody was truly insufferable in this book, so yeah, 11 it is. Number 10, Running Out of Time by Simon Fox. This book was fun. I loved the twists and turns in it. The main boy character always escaping scenarios by travelling a few seconds in the past from his current present and soon discovering how to travel back even further near the end. It was exhilarating and a fun ride. The only thing I will say is that the main character did not leave much of an impression on me. I can't even remember his name. But the book was fun, fast-paced, and exciting in many instances. A good read, all the way round. Number 9. Magic Pill by Johann Hari. The book was more so half a biography, half a memoir, and half an information book about the new drug called Ozempic. Basically, Johann goes on for how using the drug changed his life for the better, but also the background information and history of how it came to be. He talks about its dangerous side effects, and also how we as a culture should try to be healthier with our lifestyles and not always go for the fastest trick. He does a lot of research into this study, and it's quite commendable of him to point out the good and the bad with Ozempic. A good, very informative read all around. Number 8. Bonus Time by Brian Penny. This was a really good book. It's an autobiography about a former drug user called Brian Penny and how he found the motivation to turn his life around for the best, becoming clean off drugs after being on them his whole life. He is quite a fascinating person whose life was literally controlled by drugs, especially heroin. But in his lowest moment, near death, he suddenly has an epiphany and decides to change his life around and live once more but for himself. Just an amazing story about how, even when we are in our deepest lows, there is still always a light at the end of the tunnel. Good book, very good book. Number 7. The Tenant by Freida McFadden. This was a very tense and suspenseful book. I kept thinking how quickly everyone turns on the main character, acting like he's gone crazy. But you see, that's all part of the plan by someone who wants him to pay for something he did long ago. I won't give much more away, but this is a very good mystery thriller book, and I don't even usually like these books, but I like this one very much indeed. Number 6. Gifted by Cora Greenland. This was the last book I read this month, December, and even though the characters were good, kind people and the plot kept moving along steadily, I just was not drawn into the book that much. Erin, the main character, felt so much like a Mary Sue to me. She just didn't have much characterization out of being the good, kind hero. She's never mean once. She's just full of so much love and care, and to me she felt very unreal. But the ending was good, and that's the only reason why it's high on this list. Number 5. A Boy and His Dog at the End of the World by Charlie Fletcher. Now the reason why this book is up so high is because of its 2 amazing twists at the end of the book. I won't give them away. They completely changed how I saw everything else in the book. It was also very well written and very detail oriented. I really felt like the journey it was taking me on with the main character, and I was satisfied with where it took me and was happy after reading it. Number 4. All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. So the reason why this book is so high is because it tackles a serious topic like suicide from both the suicidal person's point of view, but also that of the people they leave behind. At first, the male main character really felt like a manic pixie dream boy, but then we learned that he suffers from mental illnesses. He's not settled in himself and never feels it ever. His girlfriend, the female main character, blames herself in the end for not being able to save him, and it paints a sad scene in our heads and hearts, knowing she tried her best. There was simply nothing she could have done. Really heartbreaking story, but a powerful and memorable one as well. Number 3. Story of a Soul by Saint Therese of Lisieux. This autobiography was just entrancing and captivating until the last page. Saint Therese was such a good, holy person, so timid and kind. It's amazing the life of faith and devotion she had to God and Jesus. she's truly a person to aspire to be like. After reading her book, I knew then why she was such a powerful saint. She made me want to be better too, and I'm so happy to have read her book. Number 2, The Body by Stephen King. This book is what the movie Stand By Me is based on. It's a great book, full of detail and atmosphere. The movie took a lot from it, which made it an interesting read. I was very happy I did read it, and the ending was so different in the book than in the movie. It was a smart choice to change it in the film, I feel, as the book's ending was so very bittersweet. The original movie's ending gave hope and growth to Goldie's character, but I'm also so glad I read the book that inspired it all. Number 1, The Lost Boy by Christina Henry. So my number 1 pick is The Lost Boy, a reimagining of Peter Pan, but from Captain Hook's point of view and how he became the pirate he is today. This book was just amazing. I couldn't put it down. All the alignments it had with the original story and make me actually root for Hook and hate Peter. It was just so thrilling. It was written with such suspense but also such care. I felt like I was there in Neverland with James Hook, and how so very vicious the island is, and as well as being so full of adventure. I think this book really drew me into the words and placed me in the center of the whole story and experiences. Some scenes made me gasp from excitement but also horror. I am so glad I did this New Year's resolution and didn't quit, because I read this book, and that is a great praise to place on it. So yeah, that was my ranking of the 15 books I read this year. I'm so happy I completed my New Year's resolution, and I hope to do the same next year as well. I guess that's all. Thank you for your time. Signing off.